my son has a shirt that says "Vote for Cthulhu." Probably during the last election, 2020 or something. Because, and then it said something like, "Why not choose the greatest of all evils rather than the lesser of two evils?" I don't know. It's funny. Vote Cthulhu. You guys have heard that, right? When you're voting, you're choosing between the lesser of two evils because they're both a-holes. Most candidates, you just hate all of them, so you choose the one that's the least worst. Well, let's just choose the most evil one, Cthulhu. Just the brightness of the darkest icon is barely visible. Yeah, right. You want to know how dark that is? Because I can still see it. Can you guys see it? I don't think you guys can even see it, but I can still see it. Barely visible, whatever. I always hate these. I'm going big. Chapter 1. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. I've never heard that word in my life. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. 1924. Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Boston! How are you guys doing, Angry? You about done with your game? Simone, how are you? I had a busy day at work. Got my raise for the year. It was a bigger raise than normal. Need to reboot. Alright, I'll allow it, Angry. Here we go. Enter madness. You got no sound? Is that my fault? Simone! If I am mad at his mercy, may the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Is it supposed to be speaking to me? Oh, it's on your end? Okay. I've been summoned. I was just wondering if your audio was okay, because Angie was having audio troubles. Oh, thank goodness the game got saved during the cinematic. Alright, thank you, Simone. You can hear me. To move, use L. Simone, you should summon me someone nice. As in... What does that mean? Are these fish? Oh, those are... Ew. I don't have that power, Angry, sorry. I summon you... someone nice. To crouch, press B. Oh, for cuddling. Okay. Okay, I don't have to hold B, just press it. Well, Angie, I don't have that power either. I can't tell if I got the brightness too high because this fog's a little bit obtrusive, or if it's not high enough because it's awfully dark right through here. God, I need to turn those lights off. Now you got sound. Yeah, you better. I'm gonna try the light switch again. Hold on. Is that okay to look at me like this? Is that bad? I think it's just a little staticky. Okay. All right, looks great. Thanks, Simone. Wait, is that where I came from? Yeah. Counter darkness, you must light up some items in order to interact with them. Huh? Huh? Bolt cutter. Ah! I missed it. I was looking down. Can I jump? I don't know if I can even jump in this game. What are the controls? That doesn't tell me anything. You. Angry had 7 views in your stream, but only 2 chatting. Ooh, did you get your stats? It's better than my 2, I know. Pathetic. I can't believe you guys even put up with this. I should just retire right now. Do I have an inventory? What do I... This is tutorial time. What am I doing? So this horror is supposed to be a slow build. Is what I read. Oh, does he just use the item he needs? Oh, that's kind of cool. Wow.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Can you guys even see my face? Oh, I got a stupid square behind me you can see. Is this camera gonna work for you people? We do it because we love you, and you is our best friend. Oh, thanks. The chatting is only a milestone. Is the only I don't remember chatting being a milestone, unless it's changed. You're supposed to average 3 viewers, which usually is the hardest one for most people. Averaging 3, doing it for so many hours, getting 50 followers. So you might be the average of 3 that you're working on. All right. 3 viewers. Okay. Can someone tell me if this square around my poorly green screen square is not working very well? Or is my light too... Do I need to adjust my light? How about this? That didn't do anything. Did that do anything? Did these go to the same place? I'm a spooky ghost. Yeah, the dark, it's... Yeah, if it's light, then I become like a ghost. Depends on what's behind me. I don't remember what that thing said to me. Okay, I've seen this something yet.
What a putrid offering.
Oh, you've seen some of this. You remember this. Okay. Very beginning. Oh, it's a shark! Till I arrive in the village. Hey, spoilers! Oh wait, is that a... That's a killer whale. That's an orca. Oh, Shamu! Oh no, Shamu! What has happened to you? Oh! It was an orca. Ain't no orca anymore. Oh, there's a bigger one back there. This is what happens at SeaWorld, just so you guys know. Behind the scenes.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Oh yeah? Not a very fast run. It seems like there's a secret wall right here.
Behold,
What is going on?
everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Oh wow. See, my backdrop's really bad right now. Look how bad it is. If I try to get rid of it, it starts to eat my face. I did a little bit.
I wonder why I still take these things.
To sleep? The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. That's a slow rotate right there. Oh crap, I am! It's even worse! Dang it! No, that don't work none. Should I just turn the lights on? I hate this. It's bugging me. I don't know if it's bugging you. I don't need to be inebriated right now.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Oh. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? And be right back. Ooh. Eloquence? Strength? Medicine? Occultism? Psychology? Investigation? Spot hidden? That feels like that's perception. Sanity? Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts Your convictions and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War. He took part in the Meuse Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades. Without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. I don't have any information yet. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency after the Great War. I decided to set up in Boston, where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of the empty bottles. But the place is mine for the moment. My old ladder that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Okay. I'm not turning that radio off. No! I ruined the radio! Are you kidding me? I thought it'd give me a prompt. Oh, look at the old-timey phone.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
I already looked at this. I am so dark on this screen. No. No toxic waste yet. We gotta finish these other ones. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. Welcome back, Angry. Should I just... It's so dark. Hello? What if I should I zoom the camera in on my face? We want toxic. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Cultism represents your knowledge of the occult scientists. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Spot hidden represents the ability to find hidden objects. Improving the skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects, and undiscovered objects will not appear in game. Eloquence, your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving the skill increases your chance of convincing or manipulating them during discussions. Strength is your physical power. Chance of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding past events by analyzing crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Medicine enhances the effect of Chalk Lane. Get it. 2 points, 6 points, 4 points, 2 points, 4 points, 4 points. I don't have anything in occultism. I feel like I need something there. I don't know what to pick. I have 2 more points. I don't know, dude. Sure.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
We
What's
have the
wrong?
audio on the
As you know, we wish to
TV on.
closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
That's me!
I'm coming.
I didn't finish investigating my office. Did I screw up? I better be able to look through my office more.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Welcome, noob! I'm not drunk. I didn't drink anything.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do
Ooh, that was almost
anything.
Simone.
Woman
Just
who's
Simon,
already
though.
Dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Yikes.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
There was other stuff in my office. I want to pick it up! Boo! Boo! Noob's nomming. He looks like me. Noob, nom, eat your veggies. You'll become as big as I am. I got peas. Peas.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their son, their only son, Simon. And onion barrages. Onions are good. Peas too. I'm not a fan of them. I like peas.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
I failed a skill test? No!
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
You prefer kidney beans? My dad always said he liked kidney beans.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Did I not do this one right?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater.
Why doesn't this one go a
The
different
sender's
color?
label.
That's right.
And you think...
That is go to
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Can't you see? Why don't you tell me what you see?
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
Handsomely.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Boo? Boo? The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got no proof against you.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious, tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
I heard text-to-speech. You guys didn't hear text-to-speech? That is wild. I heard it.
Hello.
I heard that. You didn't hear that? Why would that not work? It shows that it's working.
Fail.
I just heard it. It said fail. You heard it now. Okay, that was weird.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Should we take a drink? Nah. We gotta stay sober.
Natural sciences.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed.
I used to be an avid reader.
Not anymore. Dent's work aimed at interns and young practitioners. His first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Oh, did I just get free medicine points? I didn't. I think I got a free medicine point. I don't know how I got that.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Let me guess, that was like a secret item I shouldn't have found normally.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Well, the thing is, it didn't have an item I could pick up. I just started spamming this, and he picked it up.
I used to be an avid reader.
I need my hat. I want my hat. Ah! Sorry if the screaming was too loud. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Rip headphones users. Which hat? Don't make me wear Hoagie Yogi. Don't make me wear Hoagie Yogi. I don't want to wear Hoagie Yogi. Don't wear it, or yes, wear it. And which direction? Dang it. Spooky hat like a pirate hat. The pirate hat is not available. And I don't think a pirate hat's spooky. Especially our pirate hat. Shave my head on stream, that's real spooky. When's the last time I shaved my beard? It was probably... I shaved it all off for a Halloween costume probably 6, 7-ish years ago. The beard and the eyebrows? Jeez. Angry's take, go baby faced. You don't want to see my baby face. I look so bad. I'm an idiot. I can't believe anyone even could stand to look at me without a beard. It's horrifying. Go completely bald.
We're almost there.
Thanks, James. Baldy Baker. I worry it wouldn't come back if I shaved it all off. I can't risk that. It's already disappearing on its own. I don't need to force it off. You look good without a beard. That's not true. You know that's not true, heck.
Okay, stop the truck, Ricky. Stop the truck. I want to get out now.
I didn't choose the scouts. The scouts chose me.
That's true. My mom preferred it. Every man looks better. Not every man. No, no. Be careful, Angry. Some beards, they can't pull off.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
I gotta shorten that sound effect. It's too long.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office.
The Harbor
If it's
Master.
the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
This reminds you of the Fallout 4 DLC. Ooh, which one? I know I didn't play them all. I didn't even finish that game. I feel bad. I should play it. Approached Darkwater, saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were low, seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, captain of the only tub that managed to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look to see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins case in the archives. I got 1 point available. I'll save it. Stephen Webster, a wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He's ready to do anything to prove his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a ship owner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe, she was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. Wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers. Nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. And Simon, the schoolboy, only son of them, he died in the fire. Okay. Putting on our Halloween decorations. I'm great just catching bits of the stream. Hi, Angie. Fun times. Hi, the angel-voiced guy is here. Where? Yeah, we demanded Angry put his mic on during his stream. Island of Darkwater. It seemed that the world has forgotten the very existence of the isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It's a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to sea. It's mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on this island that is still profitable is a medical institute. The port, at the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla. whatever. He does have the voice of an angel. The last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy. The last sailor to own a boat capable of making a round trip between the island and mainland. Here the golden age of whaling hunting is but a distant memory. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. The mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are a testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce. Oh, wait. That's his thing. Okay. Clues. Chapter 1? Painting depicts a monster silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it's linked to the death of his daughter. Chapter 2. Case solved. I already read these. Why would it make me say that I need to read them again? Okay. Sure, we all know it's true. The voice of an angel. To be honest, when I hear recordings of me, I hate it. I think everyone hates their own recordings. That's true. Speaking, at least, I would say my singing sounds much better. Hey! Hey! Can't talk to him. This is a really fast run. This guy runs really fast.
Please move back. Let the police do their work.
Hey, buddy.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me.
Face is messed up.
Please, allow me to do my job.
You don't put that beast back in the...
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
That's my only chance to ask him one thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a sign. There's something coming.
That's got a big chomp. Angry sings? Well, I need to hear that. Yeah, singing stream. Think we all do. True, that won't happen. Please. Yeah, singing stream, Angry. You know it's true.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short
Maybe on my
time
birthday
ago.
when I'm drunk.
Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
What is wrong with your face?
Sailors. Oh, yeah. It's a sign. He's gonna get us into trouble. Something real bad.
Go to the bar.
They can't understand.
You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted
Nothing
to
for you
stir us
here
up.
either. Beat it.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
There's nothing for you here either.
Bastard.
Beat it.
You'll see what
All
the
right.
true sailor's got in his belly.
You guys are fighting.
You hear that? Bilge rats.
Heck's gotta go decorate. Too many Halloween decorations. I'm a little obsessed. Yeah, she's got a bunch of new stuff this year. Have fun, have fun. My skeletons are, yeah. We have like 6 now? 7 full-size skeletons? Remember the one you guys saw on Monkey Island? There's like 6 more of those.
Prohibition is just a joke around here.
Yeah, Larry.
That suits me.
We got 6 more Larrys. Yeah, we got 7. You don't need more. Oh my gosh, we don't have the room to store them. You have to set them up around the house beyond Halloween times. I feel like there's secret stuff all over the place, and I just can't roll perception to get them. What's up, man? How are you guys? Real talkative bunch. I know. I thought this was meant to be spooky. I know it'll be so much fun. It's supposed to be a slow spooky. I don't know. The yellow didn't work, did it, noob? I don't know what's going on with all my effects right now.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
What's a slow
In my
spooky?
bar, we
It's a
don't
slow
serve
build.
troublemakers.
Oh, I am yellow. It did work.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Slow creepy spook. Are you gonna get the new Dead Space when it's out? No. It'll be on Game Pass, right?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Why don't I get it? And you don't think it'll come to Game Pass? Well, I don't want to pay for a full price game that I've
I guess
played
this bar's been here a
originally.
long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy.
I'll just
The
wait for it to be
name
on Game
reminds
Pass. It'll
us of
happen,
the
noob.
golden age of
You know.
dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Didn't I do all the stuff in here?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous then.
I did everything in here.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
It's not just a remake, it's a remaster. It's like it's not a remaster. It's fully redone. Oh, yeah, it's got new stuff. I'm not buying another game.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I shouldn't have got the drink. There's the Callisto Protocol, which is like Dead Space, and then there's the full Dead Space remake. Yeah, Steam had some ads for that lately. It's gonna be some bits that are the
I think
same
we'll
for
get
nostalgia.
along well.
But most of it's redone. That will affect my destiny.
What can
no.
you tell me about it?
I did a bad
I've got
thing.
one. Anything? That'll be all for now.
I ruined the game. It's over. Gonna be bits that are the same, but most of it's redone. Because it's supposed to be a scary game. I haven't, let's see. By the way, 2 new Epic games are quite fun. I already tested both for some minutes. I think I grabbed them already. Haven't made all my models yet because I don't want to make them. Then I have nothing to do. Don't you need to paint them? Roy Mitchell. He runs the only bar. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell's devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, and then numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
You need the paints. They cost like $5 each. You're fine, noob. You can afford it. You're rich. Noob's rich!
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Angry would give you his paint. After a special sort, so I ain't gotta worry about shading. No, you really can't. He's just lying. We can't trust him.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
What do you got going on in your arm right there, buddy?
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Okay.
My God.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Citadel colors are really expensive. Yeah, they are, but they also seem to be the only ones that do contrast paint. Simone's back. Welcome back. Hero. Or hi. Army painter colors also seem pretty good and a little cheaper.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, The most significant event of the last 80 years.
We'd given up hope the crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater Port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks. To welcome the last whaling ship on the island, people were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board, of a size that went beyond that of formidable toothed whales. The cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing. You can contact him. Special evening, the stranded whale. Celebrate the return of our brave whalers. The staff of the stranded whale invite you to an exceptional free tasting event. Come with your family and friends. Taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Delicious. Delicious. It's some delicious whale meat. Whale meat. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing they expect to find when I arrived on this island. The stranded whale is his name. Is managed with an iron hand by the owner, certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers. He fiercely protects the identity of his supplier, and all the inhabitants of the area seem to go there. And I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and sailors.
She will do it again.
Those paints are good too. Meat. Meat. Stop talking about food, please. Getting hangry again. Yum. I'd imagine whale is pretty fatty though. Didn't mean to shout that. And chewy. Well, they said it was pretty lean. Didn't someone say it was really lean?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
I don't remember.
Will follow its reader and appear at various locations.
Whale gum.
Until it finds a new reader.
What you looking at, stranger?
She can put what away?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
You're mean. Let me in. Just beat it. Oof. I don't have to have a Simone.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Ah, the back door. We don't need to run right now.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Yeah, noob, you better run away.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Did both doors open? I didn't even open this one. It's just open.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Oh, it's a toilet. Hi, toilet. Use toilet. No, they won't let me.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
What are you guys talking about? I learned medical. Yay, I learned medical. Dang it, I wish I didn't put points into medical because I've got 2 levels, right? Wait, no, it didn't give me anything. I already had that. Angry. What the? What is going on? It's not giving me the skill. It's saying it is, but it's not. I'm so confused. What is beeping? Did you lose your phone? I gotta go find someone's phone.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Or it could be him. This man could be Fitzroy because it says the photograph is him, right?
What a macabre souvenir.
Oh, it's a peg leg. Oh. That's cute. Where were the items on the desk? Right there?
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Oh, he's suddenly gone. He told me to meet him, right?
That's high quality H2O.
Nope, you can't boss me, noob. You can't boss me. Yum, yum, yum.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
There's several things that look like
Understood.
warehouses.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It's unlocked.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay
Shyster!
protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla.
Oh, it's his dad!
You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already did. I liked it. It was great.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an
There's too
episode
much
from
talking.
our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I did already.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
I could have a toxic waste because I didn't take one on your birthday. I did all sorts of things for your birthday. How dare you? Yeah, you're not my father. You could be my... No, you can't be my dad. Oh, look. These paths are now open.
There's something coming. Something real.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an old man.
sailors. Oh yeah. It's a sign. He's gonna get us into trouble. Something real.
What could have done so much damage?
That's a lot of damage!
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Yeah, you shyster.
They can't understand.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, It's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
That guy is so drunk.
Quieter. That's all we
They're
need
both
for
so
them to
drunk.
hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
I like his hat.
See
I
you
know, I
later.
want one of those. What statue are they talking about? Oh, clear out there. Look at me go. I'm a lockpick. I'm a locksmith. I'm a lockpicker.
I broke it.
You useless.
No use.
I
The
broke
padlock
my
won't
lock-picking skill. Why is it when they talk, that's the only time they start? I know. Because it's too hard to talk. Otherwise, if you're not talking, you can just stand still. Where do I interact with this thing?
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
James Fitzroy is the captain of the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbor master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help. I thought that was the captain already. Didn't we already learn about him? What?
I need to pee. Be right back.
P. Alright. As the patron saint of whales, and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater. Visibly, there were other gods before Saint Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. Locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made by the statue by another cult. Okay.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
But peeing out his front butt. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. These guys live in this busted up ship. That's cool. You guys remember how to crouch? I do.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
We're eavesdropping. Did you see that? We just eavesdropped. Now we'll normal drop.
No idea. You better... What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Remind me what you're doing here?
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
I couldn't get rid of them. Yeah, they swore. They're bad. So bad.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows.
I have to confess,
I wasn't
I
on
did
the
not
case.
just pee.
They were all burnt
I
to
also
death, right?
pooped.
Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
Thanks, Angry.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
These people are all such buttholes. Simone, thanks for the overshare, Angry. You're welcome.
You again?
No need.
Well, I'm not savvy enough to get in.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Oh, hello.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Good day to you, sir. I will take my leave. Was it out your front or back butt? All right. Can't even read what you guys are saying. Spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. Once all these items are found, and I missed it. That's great. This lever activates a mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Winches? Ratchet?
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
I'm a sneaky guy.
A whale vertebra.
Ooh.
If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Nice. Tell me if it's different for you. I'm really interested in how you do it. No! Take that off stream. No one wants to hear this. Cogwheel.
An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order.
How did I get this lighter out? When did that just came out? Get inside.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Yeah? And can I climb ladders in this game? Yes, I can. Why, yes, I can.
I could use this old winch.
Anybody know how to build this? Cogwheel. And a ratchet. And a handle.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
What? Did I do it wrong? I can't read anything that's going on in chat. I know I freaking broke it. You wouldn't be good to do that. What the? I have 2 points. Do I need to, like, get my eloquence up? No, I can't even. I need 4 points. I broke it!
We are talking about peeing and pooping from front and regular butt.
You're a butt. You're a butt. For doing text-to-speech. Why was the lighter out? What the frick was that all about?
No, you.
No, you. No, you. Why does he keep putting the lighter out? Is there a control to do that? Oh, it is.
Is he a butt or front butt?
He's just a butt.
Well, well. A little mouse
He's
got
an
lost on
everywhere
our
butt.
turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Oh, is this Cat? I wonder if it's Cat.
Your turf. That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Ooh. Should we attack her?
Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
I'm gonna punch you in the mouth! Punch her in the mouth! Oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. You just got kneed in the groin! We died.
Get
Game
this joker
over.
out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I got hit in the front butt right there.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Front butt down.
Well,
Front butt down.
Did you miss?
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
Front butt down. Front
I
butt
need you to keep them
down.
busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
Trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
These guys look new.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
Why is that glowing like that?
Flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson.
What can I get you?
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
What would you say to a deal? Your bottle for a service.
It's $5 for everyone, including you.
Are you sure?
Certain.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
That'll be all for now.
This place is kind of a poop hole. Oh, yeah. Well, it's the 1920s. They're on this old island that's was a home for whalers. The whaling business is kind of ended, so the place is falling apart. It smells like pee. It's a poop hole and it smells like pee.
Have you got what?
Here.
Now sit back and enjoy our performance. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass. Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
That was easy. I can't take any of this liquor for backup. I need some backup liquor. Alright, there's a ladder. You're not gonna watch him. Oh, I should have. Dang it, you're smart. Nothing's happening. Boo! They didn't do anything. That's all it was. It was a distraction. Nothing happened, noob. Because I left, they're still all just standing there. What is happening in here? There's got to be like a secret clue.
Let's see.
Oh. Oh, is this the warehouse? I don't want to go in here yet.
Perfect.
I did it. I first want to check this ladder, just for fun. Oh, this ladder broke. That ladder is a broke. Look, you want to tell me that there was a fight? Oh. They shut the door? Look, there's no fight. They're all just standing there being friends. I missed it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I had to get past them for the distraction.
Ugh, this place stinks.
Oh, it smells like pee.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Whoa. Enter a reconstruction scene. There would have not. No, there wouldn't have been. Why don't you Google it and see?
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
I thought that was looking all right. Whatever.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
I don't know what we're doing right now. I'm doing a reconstruction? What does that even mean? I'm just looking at clues like normal. Big brain.
What happened here?
We punched it. This man punched. Look at his butt. You can see his butt right here. You can see his butt. He punched it with his pants off. Why did you come to the island? To investigate the death of Sarah Hawkins, I think was her name, and her family. Look right here. It's a butt crack. That's a nice butt right there. Why do I look at his butt? Come on. You're looking at this and you don't see that that guy has no pants on? That's just popping right out at you. Slap him. I can't do anything like that. Big brain.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah
Look, there's
Hawkins
more butt.
doing here?
It's butt.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
That dude naked. he was trying to get some spooning time. New clue memorized. The naked ghost man is gone. See, I don't understand what we just did. These clues are all right here. All the clues. They still are right here. Why did I have to go into the reconstruction whatever? Ooh, I got 4 points. What should I beef up, you guys? Hidden objects, eloquence, strength, medicine. Medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Oh! Alright. Psychology, investigation, or which of these should I do? You wouldn't have found them otherwise, you blind bat? Don't talk to me like that. Don't you dare. Cat, boss of a gang of bootleggers which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps her eye on her territory, zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her, even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale. Reluctant to talk about her, she uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she's slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, the warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleepy pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. But it's the discovery of partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as the link between contents of this building and Hawkins' case.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is...
Time to hide!
has something to tell me about the Hawkins.
I guess we're not gonna try to hide.
Is there anyone in there? You, don't move. Detective Pierce.
We just stand
I told you
there.
to stay away from this warehouse.
We did some psychology. They fear because she's cheap and goes for the front butt, or they all just don't believe in equal lefts and rights. Should we threaten him? Let's team up. Someone else is interested in Hawkins. The case is far from being wound up.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
Dog. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it.
Oh no, it's Cat.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker.
Me?
Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Watch out for your
Is it
front
far,
butt this time.
Mansion.
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge.
Just kill her.
You see the building?
There's no combat other than through dialogue.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
She's annoying. He's a cop. Does the phrase mincemeat pasta bake make sense? Meal translations are weird. Yeah. That would mean you've got a meal made of mincemeat and pasta and you've baked it to cook it. And Simone confirms it makes sense. I thought they shot people. What's going on? The cops? All right, Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Thank goodness I didn't want to walk. How would you call it? I wouldn't call it anything because I don't eat mincemeat pasta bakes. A pasta bake with mince or something. Lol. It's like lasagna, but instead of sheets, use regular pasta. That guy's got a nice scar. Did he get a smile from... Oh, he got scarred from Cat. That's what that big jagged scar is. He got a Joker smile. Who was that creeper? Glasgow grin. Is that what that's called?
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
The creep factor just ratcheted up like 100.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Or a Chelsea grin. I haven't heard any of those. You're not the first to talk about Winchester.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
This is about as creepy as Resident Evil 4, and that ain't creepy at all. I wasn't talking about the whole game, I was just talking about the atmosphere of this mansion. Chelsea Grin is just the worst. Our British friends should know. Glasgow's in Wales, though, not England. Glasgow's in Scotland. Cardiff is in Wales. Oh, yeah. But it's still closer to Britain than US or Germany. Lol, 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 lol. I knew that. Whoop.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Noob knew that. Sure. Yeah, sure. No, I did. Because of Doctor Who. I'm just kidding. Cardiff is a bigger part of it. It's the capital. If we get to the spooks now, I want to see Baker shiz his pants. Oh, I want to search things around here.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Sturdy. And well sharpened.
Grab it, it's an axe.
Sturdy. And well sharpened.
I just left that guy. Why is there just a little chair sitting out here? Oh. Oh, it's one of these. I thought it was just a chair all on its own. Oh, look, it's so cute! A figurine of a whale carved from wood. It's the sort of toy sailors made for their children. Oh, that's so cute. It's a toy whale. It's a toy. Alright, cop. I'm coming. I'm coming. Here I come. Woo! Nope. I'm still looking around. Alright. I'm gonna catch up. Where'd he go? Oh, frick. I'm on my own. Where did he go? Oh, no. Investigation?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. But the architecture seems too recent.
You're so smart. Oh, he's over there. Do, 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 do. What are we doing? Why are we just standing here?
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Is the caretaker still around? Evidence here suggests he is.
It's surprising indeed. Let's try to keep our eyes open.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect
Poor
to set
kid.
foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged
It's the
individual
child.
would sanctuary? Steal a burnt painting.
Poor
I can't
kid.
see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
That took an investigation skill. What are we doing? Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! What are we doing?
The caretaker takes great... Someone must...
What are we doing? You said you were gonna go up to the mansion. Whatever. Bye. Maybe I can get that axe over on this side. It's gone.
The axe is gone. I better be on my guard.
That's cool.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Thanks, cop, for, hanging out.
This entrance is still in use.
Okay.
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see
The
what
terrible
more I can
old
learn
man.
from this mansion.
Grab the axe. An accident. Lol. Well, I didn't choose grab the axe because, you know, I didn't want to go down that path right at the beginning. That dude's ugly. Ugly.
This gate is locked.
Why is there so much path over here? Should I just go in the mansion? Get distracted by all this, man. What is all this? His face and my butt could be friends. Wait, that doesn't sound very good, Angry. You should might want to back that one up.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Just force it open, man.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
I could use a drink. Am I supposed to be able to get in there? Why? Why? Why would that have happened? I did nothing. Alright, we moved a piece of sheet metal. Oh boy! I got 4 points. I don't know what to pick. Validate. I couldn't get inside. This hick cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth. In the Hawkins case, the inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. The mansion is perched on the top of a cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family. Only caretaker Silas still roams. Protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves. Figurine of a whale! So cute. Gotta hold the key that opens the door of the tradesman's entrance of the yeah, okay. Look through the window? I mean, here. There, I looked. What do you want from me? He leaves this lamp on, and there's a chair and a table, and some other stuff. I get under? Whatever. Time to enter the mansion. Hello.
Yes. Shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Chapter 3 load screen. Pearson Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employees, keeps watch on the place armed with his axe. Pearson Bradley managed to calm him down and finally get a hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. Dun dun dun! Woo! There's not enough Cthulhu.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Who left the light on? Who left the light on? Who? Who left the dinner on?
Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Whee! Medicine.
What kind of meat is this?
Delicious meat.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
There's no clues in here. There was 2 clues. Was that it? Is that all I got? You guys see something I'm missing? My skills must be bad. It won't let me leave this scene. Or this... I didn't find something. What the... Oh my gosh. I didn't even see it.
The boy
I looked down there.
Here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
I'm blind. Did you see it? I looked down there. Don't you remember me looking down there? Oh, they're activating in a certain order.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Okay, now we know. Sometimes it's a sequence of events.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
That was a weird sound.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
If it leaves that symbol, that brain symbol,
Too much rubble.
I think I get a successful.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Successful skill check. Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It is common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for? Why do all the lights make fog?
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
If it forces me into this event, why doesn't it just transition to it? I don't know why I have to press buttons for that. It's crazy.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
This guy's Batman. I'm Batman. I'm a clue finder.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Perhaps he was.
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Did I get everything? I don't think I did, right?
Did someone escape the fire?
They decided to claw the door. Like you would when you're escaping a fire.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
We'll never know.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I'll just do that.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Keep investigating. Angry, have you played the Batman games? The trilogy? Let's see. Since the fire in the Hawkins mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The settings allow the places occupied by family members to be determined. Visibly, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat on the head of the table with wife and son on either side. The knocked over chair would be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly, the roast was untouched in certain plates. Meat mysteriously preserved since then seems to have been subject to a dispute between the Hawkins couple. You did play them. I enjoyed those a lot. Let's see, photograph. We already saw that. Smashed oil lamp. The lamp is the cause of the fire. However, bloodstains tell a different story. Partly burned shoe seems like it belonged to Sarah. Glasses of the clock is broken. The hands show 10 o'clock. It give the time of the fire have nothing to do with it. Contradicting the police report, the Hawkins drawing room tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor did that matter in the drawing room. Contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found on the Hawkins warehouse confirms that the Hawkins case could still be much more than a domestic accident. You did not like the last. Yeah, the last one wasn't. I mean, the gameplay was still good and everything, but yeah, the story wasn't as good. I agree.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
The car fights were crap.
This door is locked.
I can't remember the car fights too much. I thought they were kind of interesting. I thought it was cool how the car's wheels could allow you to just rotate 360 degrees. I thought that was kind of a cool mechanic. Everything else was good. Yeah, I just don't remember. Oh, more medicine! Yay! Only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicine and medicines from continents considered inferior. See, they say that I'm progress. Oh, it did progress. It went up one little notch. This guy's just moving on ahead, isn't he? I liked the detective. The way they did the detective work was pretty good in those games. The first two you liked a lot. Yeah. They were great.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
I don't know where this guy went.
This door is blocked from the outside.
I feel like that's the front door, right?
The lyrics of the drunken sailor.
Oh, a sea shanty! Sing it! Sing it! Sing it!
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
You should go auction that. It's probably worth a lot of money. What was that sound? What? Why did the... Okay.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Moby Dick!
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
I wonder if I told this guy no, that I didn't want to hang out with him, if he would have forced his way up here anyway.
In disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
That looks really, really nice. Look how short that is. That is not the size of what pianos are. That's like comical.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Oh, I can lean. Look, I didn't know I had lean buttons.
This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
What is this? A piano for ants? Is this a medical one? Precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of this writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. It is. Did I gain? I gained another notch. I did so good. Whoa. Oh, that's lightning. That scared me for a minute.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
That's all you're gonna say? The Zoolander scene is so good. There's so many good quotes from Zoolander. Did you see Zoolander 2? That was fairly disappointing. Why would they put a door there? Why not just make that in the end, right? If it's not a door.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
I don't think so. Can't remember. I remember we watched it. I don't think it was nearly as funny, but it's been a while. I might be misremembering.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Secession. Oh, I turned on a light. That was cute. Why would it let me turn that one light on? All right. All right.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology.
Scylla's the name of that boat,
Hecate,
so it's a Greek
goddess of the
mythology
dead,
name.
Daughter of Tartarus.
Wait, is it the name of the boat? It seems like the name of the boat. Couldn't remember how to pronounce it. I kept saying Scylla, Scylla, Skyla, Scylla. Scylla, Skyla, Scylla, Scylla.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I've always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me, that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Okay. Wellard. I have 3 points. What are we doing here? I can't do anything with 3. Knowledge, knowledge. We're getting knowledge, kids. I don't like that lightning. I don't like it one bit. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm on my own here. The cop's just giving up on me.
Locked.
Oh, this is a dark room. Oh my gosh, I don't like that sound. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. There's a secret clue nearby.
The boys' room.
Ugh.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
There's a lot of sleeping pills in this game. That's the third incidence of sleeping pills.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
Slender Man! It's definitely Slender
Simon's
Man!
troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
It says there's a secret clue. Oh, wait. It's right there.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal, he seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be a result of an argument? Sleeping pills is basically Chalk Lane. Chalk Lane. So delicious.
What will her room reveal about her?
Are we going to do a reconstruction? Which was the lockpick skill? That's what I should level up.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
I'm a big baby. Meh.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated, resorting to such a treatment.
They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that, I know something. Ooh, Chalk Lane. That's the Chalk Lane. No, angry. Not noob. Noob gave up on me. He hates this game. Alright, what was the lockpick skill? Investigation. I need 6? My sanity hasn't been touched. We're not even doing anything in this game. My sanity is normally same.
This door is locked.
I'm going insane. Insane in the membrane. Is this locked?
Locked.
Insane in the brain. That's it. We've done everything. Alright, is the cop gonna have anything new to talk about? Watch you be gone. No, he's just wandering around.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
I couldn't get into one room. What else am I supposed... Frick. Well, well, well.
This place was falling apart long before the
What did I miss? Dang it.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Well, I thought I was pretty thorough. Now what?
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Poop, poop.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style.
Didn't I
sure
do
is
everything?
recognizable.
Hate when this happens.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century.
I missed one thing probably. Where is it? Nobody knows. Can I look at these pictures? No, I can't even reach them. Hint. Is there a button to give me a hint? That door doesn't open. That door's broke. This one we already went into. I didn't miss anything in here. This room, I couldn't get past the lock.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Am I not looking up enough? Well. Nothing left to do. Nothing left to do. Nothing left to do. Nothing left to do.
This door is locked.
I know it's locked. I've gone everywhere. Was it at this chest right here? I don't think it had an interactive. This one? Nothing's popping up. Or am I missing something? You might have just seen like the glow off of some of these shiny corners, is my guess. Yeah, it's not doing anything, man. Or the lightning, yeah. The lightning also is... Oh my gosh! Did the secret thing pop up and I wasn't looking? Guess that's not the office.
No use.
Is that the toilet? Ta-da!
This door is locked.
What? 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 The little boy's room, an abandoned book on the bed, and toys scattered on the ground talk about the everyday life of a normal family. Disturbing drawings and the sleeping pills raised suspicion that even Simon Hawkins may have been suffering from mental illness. Was the boy able to see things like her mother pretended to be? Key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed. Where's her office? I mean, there's no... You don't use items as far as I can tell. They just get used when you need them. Wait, did I miss? I thought I would looked at everything. Oh, there's more down here. Simon's private journal seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. And we already read that. Oh, knowledge. Did I get all the knowledge? Okay, I knowledged this. So that's not the office. This toilet's not the office. I feel like it's like a bathroom.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
There's no other doors, right? Oh, there's this door. Frick. There's no other door. Oh dear, something went down in here.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
That's some messed up crap right there. Lol. Oh, look at all these drawers. You know I love drawers. Drawer.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
She did pretty good. She did pretty good.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Don't question it. Drawers. melty face doing? Ooh.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. Last one's so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, or selling at a premium price. No period. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who is the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian. I see you're a professional drawer player. I play drawers professionally.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
He scribbled a kind word to his wife. Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. Oh, look at that. What is that? That's weird looking.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Oh, that's a fall guy for sure. It's not something messed up. Are we done in here? Did I get everything? It didn't give me the check mark that I've investigated. Alright, let's read our clues again, see if I missed something. Ah!
That's high quality.
What did I just did something bad. If the creature's not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonious circle. Be careful though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. That's right. There's some scourge marks. Look at these scourges. Had my light on too long. It's some scourges. That does nothing. I can't investigate the scourge.
Bradley? Is that you?
What was that? I don't know where that sound came from. Sounded like it was this way? No.
It's no use.
Let's run back to him. Bradley! Which door? Oh, he's right here. Oh, I didn't look. Yeah, I went all the way. Let's talk to him.
Did you hear that?
That's it?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Okay, I didn't look at that door. Good catch. That's the direction the sound came from. It's a slow build. Just, you gotta wait. I don't know, man. The game said there were scares. Or the review said it was scary. I demand spook. My guy hasn't even started losing his sanity yet. It's been 2.5 hours. What don't you understand? A slow build. Go read a review and chill out. Maybe we can actually use a lamp from now on and not my stupid lighter. That is frickin' slow for a game! Well, there's still backstory and another story happening. Just let it happen. It's just the beginning of the game. It's about 40 hours long. You know, it's... Oh! Who that guy? Do I have to chase?
Stop!
What is that green symbol? Can you guys see that green symbol behind me? Didn't he go over this way? Oh no, he jumped.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Oh, we're gonna catch the thief. It's too slow. I want it now. You gotta be patient, noob. Old hurricane lamp still working. I've just got to be careful. It burns a lot of oil. Oh, that's my oil.
I'll cover you.
I can switch from one light source to another. Okay. Where do I get more oil? I'm hungry. I want an omelet. Give me the spooks.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. It looks like an old seaway map.
There's a secret clue nearby. Mm-hmm. Secret clue, secret clue. The oil reservoir of your lamp is being refilled. Refills can be found in the levels. Levels. Hey Angie, if you was Gungan get Star Wars Legion, which faction would you go for with bell pepper, onions, and bacon for your omelet? Shmeepy! Hey, welcome, man. How's it going? We're trying to play a scary game, but it's too slow for noob. He's like, I can't wait for this. There's the secret clue.
Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her.
These letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Clearly,
we
Charles
just got
Hawkins
a
knew
letter.
Captain Fitzroy very well.
They're besties. This photograph, Charles Hawkins and Captain Fitzroy are posing with a third man. They seem close. Oh, is that glasses? I thought that guy's eyes were burned out of his skull, but are those sunglasses? They didn't have sunglasses back in the 20s, did they? Like that? Maybe they did. I don't know. The new order, if possible. I just want the spooks, okay? They aren't available, sadly. Otherwise, I might have gone for them too. The classic Stormtroopers, the Empire.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph.
Okay, it's glasses.
Probably another. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
That's a really good map right there.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Oh, just looking at the globe, you saw that? Oh! Oh! No! I'm not ready for that.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I'm not ready to find the code.
Seems
Hold
like
on.
This came from a log.
Here's the code. Monday, the 24th of May, 1847. There's some coordinates. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton's confident. He said that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. More coordinates. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that was a bad omen. He doesn't care. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with blood of sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seemed to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We caught it, the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Dark water, we have beaten Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Sill and Hamilton are only memories. Schmeepy, do you have food? I'm hungry. Alright, there's a lot of coordinates in there. We gotta connect this.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Yeah, we gotta connect this with the map.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Charles. Oh.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
I bet it has to do with that lever. Big brain. Big brain.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Schmeepy's gonna have pasta, maybe? Pasta sounds good. Gonna cook a pasta dish tomorrow. Oh, I got 7 points. I don't even know why I'm earning these things. All right, we definitely need to bump this up. Boom. I might be able to go pick that lock. Oh wait, validate. Yes. Should I go run around and find that lock? I wonder if I can pick it after I fail to pick it. I have no idea. Let's go. Pasta for everyone. I'm gonna go see if I can pick that lock. I think it was this way. Please tell me this is like unblocked by now. Nope, I gotta go the long way. I wonder what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Are we going out to eat? Eat some garbage. Alright, the run in this game is still so slow. Wait, did I even search this room, or did that guy smack me around before I even searched it? Yeah, he ran before we even had a chance, right? There's not even anything in here. What? What? We're gonna get... We already have pumpkins in the garage.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
What? Try to pick it again, you stupid idiot. Oh my gosh, I can't run that way. If I'm chasing a man, I can take the shortcut, but if I'm not chasing a man, I have to go the long way. Are you sure? That was the same door? I thought there was like a little room between them. Alright. Fine. Because on the other side it just said it was blocked, but on the one side it says it's locked and the other side it says it's blocked. That doesn't mesh up to me. Alright. Angry nose. I did it wrong. I big brained it wrong. Why are there more clues? I've looked at all these clues. What are you talking? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, here we go. Inspect. What do you guys see? What clue is on this that gives me the right choice of coordinates? None of this means anything to me. Did we? Small polished stones decorated with Celtic runes, probably used for divination rituals. They're mostly found in Europe. pumpkin carving. I don't like to carve pumpkins, but I like my kids to carve them.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
The only thing marked on that hand-drawn map is a dark water island. So let's do 42 north, 70 west. 42 north? Huh? How do you know where 42 north is? Oh, here it is. 42 north, 70 west. Be kind of right there.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Oh no. Wait, that's 30. Oh, 42 would be more over here.
Doesn't work.
Angry, you know how I am with clues. Help me. See, at the bottom it says Darkwater Island. After that, none of this makes sense.
I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
I could just input all of these, right? Or are some of these splotches supposed to be comparable to the other one? Oh, maybe the one highlighted in, brackets. Yeah. Derp. 33 north, 53 west. I don't even know if I was correct west or east actually on this one. 33 north, 50. What was that again? 33 north, something west. Was that this? Okay, yeah, the one with brackets.
Looks like it worked.
Good night, Simone. Have fun as well at
Well
sleeping.
done.
I don't know. Sleep well. Wait, did he want to talk?
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer.
I was reading the document, not looking at the picture, like an idiot. And then as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that one has brackets around it. Do you guys do pumpkin carving? Angry? Noob? Is that a thing? A brilliant mind. You're basically a beautiful mind. Chapter 4, Tunnels Under the Hawkins Mansion. Inside the Hawkins Mansion, the scene of fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of the survivor, had undertaken to search the place, looking for proof, when a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting. Detective and police officer set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion. We do it here too, but you don't, but your little nephews do. Okay, that's cute. I haven't carved pumpkins myself for a while. The kids still do it. I don't like the mess of digging out the pumpkin.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel.
That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel. Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats.
You don't like it either. You prefer cooking soup out of it. That's something we don't do. Is we don't eat any pumpkins that we that we work with. Although we will take the pumpkin seeds out and we'll season and bake them. My wife likes that.
Did Charles Hawkins
The
use
seeds.
this place? Who were the others?
Some creepers.
What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
What's left? This thing? No? Nothing new is lit up, is it? Usually it like lights the things up that you're supposed to... Am I just flat out missing something obvious? As usual? Yep.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone?
She was eavesdropping. You should try soup. It's easy, it's healthy, delicious. Combined with chicken kebab. Yeah, we've never... The only pumpkin things we have is just like... pumpkin stuff. There's a hidden clue somewhere. Pumpkin flavored mush. What is it? I don't know. Canned pumpkin stuff.
Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah
Like in muffins. Little big muffins out of them.
Could this be related to her death?
Who would have guessed the Hawkins mansion was hiding such big and intricate tunnels underneath? It seemed to be the hideout of a cult of some kind. I can't believe Sarah and Simon lived right under such danger without knowing anything. Hawkins mansion was falling into ruin well before the fire that claimed its residence. The building once luxurious today lies witness to the ruins of the Hawkins family. The paintings of Sarah Hawkins are spread throughout the corridors. Moisture eats away at the books of the opposing library, and the windows are broken and condemned. The drawing room, where the fire started, revealed it to be more than just a domestic accident. Sarah Hawkins' office bears the signs of an occult practice, and no doubt huge creature left its mark on the walls of the corridor that leads to his workshop. As for Charles Hawkins' office, it revealed the passage into a network of underground caves. The strange antechamber hidden in the entrance of the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table and 3 chairs lead to the belief that Charles Hawkins used the place for meetings in small groups. The existence of objects with esoteric connotations is more worrying since they lead to the impression that we may be in the presence of a cult. Moreover, the torn fabric revealing Sarah Hawkins' presence in the place does raise questions. Was she in danger because she discovered these tunnels? I don't understand why there are secret clues if you have to find those clues to proceed. Why make them secret? What? What?
This symbol. What does it mean?
I progressed my occultism. It's drawn on sheets of paper hidden in a safe itself, hidden in a tunnel under the mansion. The symbol was repeated on the paper, its form becoming more distinct with each attempt. I do not know what Charles Hawkins tried to represent with the symbol, but one thing is sure, it was important in his eyes. I don't like the look of that thing right there. That wall art.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean? A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
Where'd the cop go? Oh, there he is. What's up, man? Push him. That's not an option. There's not controls that you guys want. I'm sorry.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Okay. They want to cause some spookies here, I bet, because they separated us. Go to the main cave. Why is that the secondary objective? This dude is really helpful. I know. He's getting it done, isn't he? I'm not gonna fit in this large gaping hole. What? Oh, wait. There's nowhere to go. Oh, this one. How did he see this? Oh, okay. Well, I just got blocked in. Right, barricaded in. Yep. No going back now. Ooh, what are these things? Like Blair Witch creepiness.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Touch it! Touch it! Touch it! Noob! Noob!
An old diary.
Diary of the pastor's wife. In this volume, there's mention of the beliefs of the lost tribe. They worshipped an entity that spoke to them in their sleep. The whole tribe seemingly disappeared in mass sacrifice to the glory of their deity.
Sad way to go.
Yeah, you got crushed. Alright. I hate that I have to keep going in here to, like, clear these items all the time. Drawing, blah, blah, blah. The diary, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I read the whole thing and then I have to go in there and, like, clear the notification? Come on. Come on. Whee. It just said to consult my diary. Why? Did I gain a point? I don't even know what just happened. How do we know this guy's a thief? Did we see him steal anything, or is he just there? I think we're making false accusations that this man is a thief.
Time has weakened these structures.
So I'm gonna walk right across him. Not a care in the world. What are those? It's not a man, it's just my imagination, you think?
I don't have time to search them all.
Okay. Am I going mad?
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
It's glowing whale. It's the new breed of whale, glow whale. Because I've killed the woman?
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not
And I'm
whale.
chasing myself? Wait, there's time travel in this? I'm the thief, and I'm chasing myself, and the thief killed the woman? It's me! It was me. We've gone a long time without clues. I mean, they piled clues on non-stop, and now we're just walking around. Oh,
What's going
split
on
personality. Okay.
Piers.
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
That's what you want the cop to
We'll
say.
see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Okay, there's a bunch of dudes. So there must be stealth in this game, I'm guessing. It had me crouched, probably for a reason, right? I don't even know. Can you die in this game? Oh my gosh, they're gonna sacrifice that person. It's your theory, and your theories are always correct. Okay. Angry's got it. You're on record. That's your theory. You can't change it now. You've locked it in. Whoa. Why did it make that sound? Nothing happened. They're sacrificing fish?
A table for sacrifice? A mass grave?
You didn't see that shadow? Oh no. Isn't that where I started?
I got it.
Fall into the pit. Wasn't this the beginning of the game right here?
Breathe.
Or something like this? Some shooting encounters will make you panic. Flee the place as fast as you can.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
I'm panicking. I'm panicking. It is similar, but it's not the exact same layout, so I'm not sure.
Is it my turn? Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us. If your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
Wait.
It's like in my dream.
Maybe this is a dream. Why is sanity marked with a notification but nothing appeared here? Nothing changed. Okay. That's the door that was locked, right?
It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual.
More occultism.
I can't read Latin.
Okay, old Bible. Finally, we can stab someone with style. I doubt he'll use it, man. You know these games, they don't allow you to attack. They gotta make it scary by making you helpless. Because it's doo-doo? It's not fast enough for a noob. He can't put up with this. There's nothing out here. Why would it let me walk all the way out here for no reason? Nothing? A whole area with 0 things. Things are finally happening, noob. The weirdness has begun. Look at that guy.
You who slays, accept this throne under your immortal will.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Cthulhu? They're pronouncing it Cthulhu.
Grant him your flesh and accept his.
Can I like backstab?
Here, there's somebody here.
Okay, I didn't know.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Oh no! Oh frick, okay. I was just seeing if you could do something, alright? We had to check it out.
I feel him.
You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you.
Yeah, this looks identical, just about, except there's not a big couple of orcas here.
Your return into the kingdom of earth. Bring me more sacred flesh.
What are those guys doing laying around? Explore the cave where? Are these guys awake? Will they see me?
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that?
That's high quality H2O.
Cthulhu. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. They're laid out on a frozen stone. One would say that they're dead, but their bodies do not decompose. Are they in some form of coma? One thing is sure, these men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. Not sure we can still call them men. I want to lay down on that one.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about
your
protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
I wanted to go the other way. Dang it, there was another path. Oh well, whatever. We're almost out of time.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw 2 odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is
Bradley's gonna die. Bradley's done. Yeah, the masks are pretty cool.
Shit.
Here's where Bradley dies.
Don't move! Police! Don't move!
Oh, this is what we saw. Yeah, this was at the beginning, right? There it is.
I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it!
Ooh. That guy's part octopus.
Charles, you shouldn't have seen this.
Oh man.
They're caving in. We need to get out of here.
Look how fast he can run when the game makes you. This is a lot faster than his normal run. Run away! Oh, we didn't make it. I died. Game over. Restart.
My leg.
What am I supposed to be doing right now? Blood. What's that light? Why are his ears ringing like he's been flashbanged?
At last.
He probably got hit on the head with a rock. I hope I get the strange feeling you do not like this game. Chapter 5! Pierce and Officer Bradley follow the intruder to the secret meeting place. The cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witness a strange ceremony led by Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer as he tried to escape from him. Pierce found himself a prisoner of the rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute. He's in a critical state. Is he dead? Is it over? Nah, I just got massive head trauma. Well, guess what? It's almost time to quit. I think I might want to just stop here because the beginning of chapter 5, it's so close to the stream end. I think we might just call it here. Who else is playing this? Hey, someone else is doing Spooktober. Well, they're in quite a bit of stream time. 3 hours of nothing. Noob, you should have watched my stream. Yeah, Noob. See, then you would have had all the action you needed. All right, I gotta click on this just to close out the game. I think this is where it's probably gonna get creepy and a lot better. Because check this out. Watch this. I got. Look, I'm in a creepy medical institution.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. A strong subject.
Is that Sunglasses Man from the picture? Yeah, that's the no eyeballs guy. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps.
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
That guy's dead.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too. We were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
You talk about people being dead? You go under. None of that talk. I don't want to hear it. The guy talks to himself a lot. They're putting Chalk Lane in the veins.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Okay. That's a good stopping place. We'll keep going tomorrow.